two ladies who were quite dominant in the society when it first started, and for many years thereafter, were Sophie Kaplan and Ricky Nash.
As president, Sophie was, I think, someone who brought in a lot of knowledge. She brought her knowledge and history of what she'd done with genealogy for many, many years before. I mean, I don't know how long she'd been doing it, but many, many years. And with her methods of researching and the books and the materials, I think she was a very, very valuable person to have as at the helm.
Sophie had already researched in countries around the world. Her way of connection was by telephone, not by mailing. This all happened years before there were computers, internet, and so on. Led by Ricky, AJGS held 2 monthly workshops at NSS Library.
Ricky was a guiding light for the society, and she was very well versed. Sophie was also, of course, very well versed, but everyone had their area of expertise.
Sophie came up with all these magazines that were being produced by societies around the world, and Ricky introduced me to research at Church of the Latter-day Saints.
Ricky Nash, as president, was very heavily involved in genealogy. She made a wonderful president and did her job really well and helped a lot of people.
Ricky was the president for me who opened up so many doors in which I could pass through and know that her support was there all the way for me. She took a great interest in my journey as a president. She gave so much to everyone. She was such a generous person. And in turn, the generosity spread from Ricky to many of us. And I know many people have said they were so indebted to Ricky as I was.
The role of the president is, I think, to look after members, to help members find their families. That's the most important part, and to make sure that we have the resources to help them. So that's the books, but also the experts. During my tenure as president, that was when our Kosher Koala started as an electronic journal. The e-report, which eventually was called again the Kosher Koala. And so that was a whole new thing. Another thing that I initiated was the Eastern Suburbs workshops. It was very successful. For a while it fell out because we lost our venue. But then that was when Robin Bryan came good with the Waverley Library, and we've just gone from strength to strength.
I felt like a duck frantically swimming in a mill pond, trying to keep afloat, learning as I went. Feedback from members was suggesting that they were happy with what was happening and I should keep on doing some more of the same. Significant thing was to extend the outreach into the eastern suburbs, and the partnership with Waverley Library I thought was really terrific, but COVID has put a stop to that.
I felt, somewhat important. I love being on the committee anyway. Well, I was the minute secretary for 10 years. Didn't have computer type things in. I had to put up with people chatting across the table. I helped organise that strategic planning event with Ilona Lee. I had a big part in that.
I am now entering my second year as president of AJGS. COVID started around the time I became president. And so I was faced with a brand new experience of how to care for the members, how to help them with their research without being able to meet in public. We found a new word in our vocabulary. It was called Zoom. Zoom gave us an amazing opportunity to reach out to our members, feel like we were in their lounge rooms together, invite people who were interstate, overseas, in other cities to join us for the meetings that we had. We will always be there to help people with their research and finding their Jewish heritage.